Alright everyone, these, as you can see, are two baby avocado trees. Believe it or not, the one in the back, which doesn't look much older than the one in the front, is about a year older. What happened was that I started watering them without reading instructions, and I was not aware that when you are raising different types of trees, watering is not. That's my neighbor's car. Yeah, he drives a 93 Honda Civic. Bless his heart, because that car is awesome. Anyways, back to what I was telling you. Not all trees are watered the same, and I learned that the hard way. The tree in the back, which is older, was actually turning brown, and it looked like it was about to die. And then I told Mom, no, don't give up on it, because obviously nature has a way. And if you don't believe me, well then do this yourself and stop watching this damn video. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and water the two trees. I got my water spout over to the left. I don't know if you can see it on the video. And then I got my mom brought a seed which I believe has germinated, but the pot for it is not ready, so it's just in a little plastic cup container thing. I'll show it to you as soon as I'm done watering the two trees. So here we go. Alright, so here's my water spout. You're supposed to water around the, I have no idea. Not exactly on the tree, but around it, so where the roots grow. So I go like this, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and water around the roots. Go on to the next one. Oh, one thing that I forgot to tell you. And then 1, 2, 3. One thing I forgot to tell you was that before I started doing any of this, I didn't record it, and I didn't think to, but I did record something to show you what it was about. Alright, let me see if I can change the camera so you can see so that you might be able to see the seed that germinated. Everybody who's out there who's growing pot knows what germination means. Anyway, so here's the seed. I'm just gonna give it a little bit dash of water, not much. And then these trees right here, notice how the soil, there's no weeds in it. I did that on purpose. I try to take out as many weeds as possible. Let's put a little bit more water. And then this is the older one. Let's put a little more water. And that should be enough. So, like I was telling you, I try to take all the weeds out because weeds obviously consume water also. And with baby avocado trees, you're only supposed to water them 3 to 4 times a week. Some people say every other day. I chose every other day because it's just easier for me. I can put it on my calendar, and then I can go ahead and water it. There's a second part to watering these trees, which I'm not going to say in this video. I will probably make a different video for it. But here, what I'm about to show you is the weeds that I took out of, most of them were from the baby tree, because the soil from that tree was used soil, and therefore there were a lot of weeds in it. The tree in the older tree was also used soil, and there was a lot of weeds in it too, but they were a little bit bigger, so they were easier to take out, and I took out as many of them, and that was that. So as you can see right here, let me see if I can turn it around and show it to you. These are the weeds that I took out, okay? So what I'm gonna do is just pick these up and throw them in the garbage, and grab like a broom or a small broom and just clean that up, because we don't want to mess in front of our house. All right, well, thanks for watching. Take care. And if you suffer from depression like I do, believe it or not, this helps a little bit. So shut up and do something. Okay, I just made a video about watering avocado trees. Actually, I should say part one because there is going to be a part two. Something I did forget to mention was I wanted to give some shout outs. The first shout out, obviously, to my mom, who planted pretty much all the trees in front of our that are at our house. We did uproot one tree to put up one of those driveways that go around, which I thought was a stupidity, because trees are not only good for the environment, but they're also good to help cool the general area. You know, to help maintain the area where you live cool. They've done studies, and you know that the U.S. government used to they did that redlining thing, where if you were black, you were not allowed to live in a certain neighborhood. So they drew a red line to where black people were allowed to live, and also black people weren't allowed to get mortgages, meaning that they weren't allowed to live where they lived for a long time, which means they weren't allowed to make long-term investments such as planting trees. And that affects us till this day, because if you go out with one of those things that measures temperatures, I don't know exactly what it's called at this moment, but if you go out and you go through different city streets and you notice a difference in temperatures, correlates with how the U.S. government in the past did these red lines, or these lines that they did, so that if you were white, upper white class, you were able to move into this area and you were able to get a loan, and so forth and so forth. If you were middle class, maybe you were able to live in this area. Some areas were even condemned just because they were too close to a black area. Tell me that ain't some bullshit. Obviously, I don't care about monetization. I'm just doing this for fun. But anyway, it's a shout outs that I wanted to give. I wanted to give a shout out to my mom, who pretty much taught me how to plant these things. Germination, I learned on my own, but I don't want to get into that. But she taught me how to germinate big seeds, not little ones. Big seeds. Big seeds are different than germinating little ones. Uh, it is a little different. And the second shout out that I want to give is to my friend Nick Gretchy. Nick Gretchy is he's an excellent person, and he also has a green thumb, and he's been growing a lot of different plants from the get. Anything you can name, he's grown. He's interested in all types of plant. He even has a book that talks about different plants and everything. It's almost like a gardening book, and he's grown just about anything you could think of. So even fungi, which is not even it's not part of the plant world. It's completely different. It's just its own completely different kingdom. So Nick, wherever you are, bless your heart. If you see this, wonderful. If not, I hope you're doing well. I hope your family's doing well. I'm sorry about the from what I hear. Like I said, I heard it from word of mouth. I'm sorry about the loss of Stanley. I know he was, let's just say it, he was your grandfather. Even though he was your grandma's boyfriend, Stanley was always there for you. He was always there for all of us. So bless his soul, and may he rest in peace.